guys, so Bitcoin is up 8.5% at the time of recording this video as Joe Biden comes to the rescue. Yes, Joe Biden coming to the rescue for crypto, an important level here for Bitcoin. As you can see, we were precariously hovering around this bottom support line. We even faked out to the downside before coming back into this wedge, hovering around and then getting this rally to the upside thanks to Joe Biden and his executive order. Could you imagine that Joe Biden will be coming to the rescue here on Bitcoin, allowing us to move over 8% on the day? What happened? Well, this is what Biden said. The United States must maintain technological leadership in this rapidly growing space, supporting innovation while mitigating the risk for consumers, businesses, the broader system, and the climate. And Bitcoin and the markets are taking really well to this. Just like I predicted in our video yesterday, I knew this executive order was going to be a nothing burger. All it is that Biden needs to tell his team, you need to stay on top of this crypto thing. You need to understand it, because if you don't understand it, we're going to fall behind it. We don't want China, we don't want Russia, we don't want all these other countries to be ahead on a piece of technology which we don't understand. And these Russian tensions have helped Biden really start to fast track this, because he's realizing, hang on a second, we're putting in all these sanctions because this was the historical way to squeeze a country economically, and maybe there are some back doors which we don't understand fully, right? Maybe they're using crypto, maybe they're using other on-ramps. We need to understand this. Maybe they could launch a CBDC and we need to be doing the same. So he's basically saying to his team, go and figure this out. So still early stages, nothing to be worried about. But for now, it shows that they're in a bullish mode. They want to understand crypto instead of shutting the door on it and saying, oh, this is the Wild West. This is much better rhetoric. And that is why we're seeing a good bounce to the upside. I'm going to share with you the exact levels we need to worry about here on Bitcoin. But we have to worry about a few things first. And the first thing I want to worry about is this dotted blue line. Remember, guys, we drew this dotted line a while back. Let me head over to the daily. And what this dotted line represented was the 10th of March. And if you guys remember, I told you to monitor on the 10th up until between, I remember saying it when we broke up here, I said between now and this dotted line, which is on the 16th of March, we're going to see volatility. And what played out, guys? Exactly what we said. False starts, volatility leading up to the CPI reading. But could this now be the catalyst, which finally, once we come through it, we can have massive pumps to the upside. We can start getting back towards 50,000 and then towards our box here, which we know is between 57 and 61. I think this could be the moment. This could be the point we look back at to say these blue dotted lines are where we finally got the traffic light green to head to our levels. And this is what happens. Tomorrow, we get our CPI reading for February, the February reading for CPI. Now, remember, why is this significant? Well, 6 days later, Jerome Powell and the Fed officials will sit down to decide on the official interest rate hike, the first one we're expecting for 2022. And tomorrow's data is the last piece of data he gets. He's got the jobs figures. He's got everything else he needs. This is the last piece of fresh information which could sway his decision. Okay, so we're going to get that tomorrow. If we get high inflation, higher than expected, that could give Jerome Powell the ammunition to maybe go, hang on a second, 0.25 is not going to cut it. We need a 0.5% interest rate hike. That could spook the market. We'll go risk off. We could see crypto fall and some altcoins fall. On the other hand, if inflation is showing to inflect down and it's getting better, then we could say, Jerome Powell say 0.25 is plenty. We could see the market rally. So really important piece of information tomorrow. Part of why the market's running today is probably in anticipation of that, but also the executive order, which we've seen that Biden's coming out with positive things to say about crypto and showing that they're on side with the whole movement, which is really good. So what we want to see now is, can we get through this period? If tomorrow comes in good, we can get a run to the upside and retest the 44.5 level. Remember, we tried once, twice, thrice, fourth, maybe the charm. Can we get through this level and really start pushing on? Or are we going to get rejected again and continue to follow this wedge pattern? That would be frustrating because we've already tested this level at the bottom a few times. This was a beautiful bounce, exactly as predicted off here, thanks to the fundamental news as always. And now we really need to build from strength to strength here on Bitcoin. Tomorrow is a critical moment. But one thing we do know, there's still further uncertainty in the market, right? We still know the war issues are still there. The stock market continues to get hammered. We know there's, still heightened tensions right now. European markets jump as Russia-Ukraine volatility persists. If we head over to US markets yesterday, we had 0.5 down, 0.72 down on S&P. If we look at the pre-market, we're seeing a little bit of green as commodity prices ease. But again, how long is that going to last, right? We see red day, a little spike of green in stocks, and then another red day. So crypto is holding up pretty well, and that's what gives us some, real positivity going into this year. That crypto, if you think about, given what's happened and given what the stock market is doing, crypto is holding up pretty well. Let's think about it, guys. We're sat at 42, considering we were close to 32 at one point. That is a great level to be at. And now, with a couple of pumps, with a bit of luck to push through 44.5, with a good inflation reading, we really could be knocking at the door of 50,000 very shortly. And then, guess what, guys? When we start to get into those levels, the FOMO runs in, the leverage positions come in, the people rushing to ride this wave to the upside will all flood in because they're going to want this free run. They're going to want this free run to the upside. That's where the FOMO is going to kick in. So the really important level here for Bitcoin, want to see us push to the upside. Keep an eye on the fundamentals. Keep an eye on the Russia-Ukraine issues. We've got the CPI reading tomorrow, which is going to be really, really critical. Let's take a look at Fear and Greed Index. Sitting at 22, but I suspect this reading was done before we saw the rally. So if we take the reading tomorrow, I expect us to be closer, more to fear/neutral, given the run we've had, and now we're sitting at 42. If we look at the leverage positions, let's take a refresh of the leverage positions, because as we can see on a big rally up, we expect some shorts to be leveraged. Let's see if that actually came through. Yep, there you go. A whole bunch of shorts liquidated, 120 million. These people just don't learn. Remember, yesterday we covered off that 160 million in longs were liquidated. Now 120 million in shorts were liquidated. Crazy. It's just these exchanges continuing to allow inexperienced people to trade on high margin is beyond me. So definitely we need to keep an eye on this level. If we look at the EMA ribbon, guys, this is going to be a critical level. If we can get, let me just head over to the weekly. I'm going to show you this key level here. This level is really important. Let me just zoom in here. If we can get the close above this point here, guys, we're looking at about 45,200. We would then get the close above our EMA ribbon. Let's head over to the cleaner chart here. There, just about here. If we can get a close about here, 45,200, 45,300, that would be a weekly candle close above our EMA ribbon. This candle's really doing well now after this crazy candle we saw here, which was obviously the Russia crisis starting. This has been a strong weekly candle now. 4 days left before this candle closes. Can we get a close at least within our EMA ribbon? I think if the CPI reading comes out good tomorrow, we could even have a rally up to 45. If it comes in as still a high inflation reading, we may have to continue to fight around the 40,000 level to the downside. But either way, we're looking good, right? If we're looking at the pattern and we're zooming out, we can say, hang on a second, this is looking good. We've got our low here. We've got a higher low now. We didn't fall lower than here, right? We didn't retrace 100% to the downside. And now we can build our way back to the 0.5 Fibonacci level at 46, 47, and then get to the golden pocket. The golden pocket's going to sit between 51,000 and 57,000. That's our next point to call here on Bitcoin. Overall, all the fundamentals are looking good. Nothing to be worried about. Hope you guys are staying calm. You're not panic selling. You're keeping your conviction high. You're trying to buy and pullbacks. Don't trade green candles. Don't be in high leverage positions. You'll be fine. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.